What?
I'm not gonna say this is a bad movie. I'm gonna say it wasn't for me.
That was a sign. Fate's telling us to back off.
I'm here for the stunts, I'm here for the charm, but this is horse.
I barely know you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you messed around to prove a point?
You forgot to be there.
I'm like compelled to watch even though I hate what's happening.
You can't live a fairy tale.
Real love is more than a fairy tale because it's hard.
Nothing beats a first kiss.
It's a movie. We can enjoy it. Just be aware.
Now you're dead.
This is a Drew Barrymore film. So how did you make it through this one?
Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Alan Seawright, a professional filmmaker who needs therapy and a haircut.
No, never cut that hair. Samson, it is your power. Don't do it, it'll grow back. So what do we, oh yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves movies. Listen, I got distracted by your hair, and I'm not the only one, all right?
I'm gonna have you rank some romantic comedies.
Ooh, these are fun.
Yeah.
I love this.
We are ranking them by quality of relationship, not quality of film.
Okay.
And these are going to be some fun ones. We're ranking romantic comedies from the aughts.
Prime time for rom-coms.
Absolutely.
Well, we did a previous round of these, and we asked you for suggestions. After this, go back and watch the other one.
So, in no particular, but definitely alphabetical order, we're going to rank 50 First Dates, Kate and Leopold, Love and Basketball, Serendipity, and The Wedding Planner.
Oh boy.
Honestly, I really enjoyed a lot of these movies.
I know, so did I. I'm glad you said ranking for quality of relationship and not quality of film, because the worst relationship on this list is might be my favorite film on the list. Serendipity.
Really? Wow, we
Yes.
differ strongly.
Okay, let's take a look and we'll talk about why.
That was an accident. Write that down again, please.
I can't. That was a sign. Fate's telling us to back off.
If fate didn't want us to be together, then why did we meet tonight, huh? Gotcha.
Well, I don't know, but it's not an exact science. It's a
Well,
feeling.
what if you're wrong?
She wrote down her number and then he somehow lost
Wait,
it.
no names, no phone number.
The wind caught it.
That's what it was, yeah.
You think good old fate is just gonna deliver my information right to your doorstep?
Do you know, that's the best idea you've had all night.
What's the best?
Here you go.
This movie managed to make me hate Kate Beckinsale.
No, what? It made me love her more.
This manic pixie dream moron
Interesting woman.
Okay,
who's so obsessed with fate. Fate will make it all work. That's not how relationships is.
Okay, I will counter this, but please continue. I mean, you're right. I will counter with, this is one of the few movies that lets Kate Beckinsale be almost as charming as she is in real life.
Valid. That is true.
But yes, no, all the characters in this movie are aggressively stupid. Don't just go after her.
No, they all are. They're all dumb.
You. And when you hear my voice on the other end, then you'll believe in fate, won't you?
No, I will not believe in fate, stupid Kate Beckinsale. And I'm addressing purely the Kate Beckinsale in this movie.
Well, address
Kate
the
Beckinsale, the actual person, is a genius. Do you know she speaks fluent Russian?
I did not know that.
She studied it at Oxford.
Serendipity is all about fate. It's all about luck. It's all about the universe bringing us together. It's also about people in relationships with other people who meet one night, have insane chemistry, and say, you know what, if the universe brings us back together, we're going to throw everything away.
Seems like a great way to go about your life.
Here's why I love this movie, even though I agree with you. It's aggressively dumb. It's full of whimsy and magic and wonder, and it invites you to just buy into its kind of bullshit idea of the world.
Sure.
Well, because you've said in one of our episodes that falling in love is a miracle.
Yeah.
And staying in love is also a miracle. Like, it's actually miraculous.
Yeah.
But not in the way this film posits. I don't have a problem with it because I think rom-coms actually work a lot like action movies. They can be absolutely ludicrous, and as long as you're like, I'm just here to have a good time, I'll buy into it. I'm here for the stunts, I'm here for the charm and the chemistry, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is horse
It's bad. It's dumb.
First of all, don't cheat on your partner, but if you meet someone you have insane chemistry with, don't leave it to fate. Make something happen.
Yeah.
But John Cusack is super charming. Kate Beckinsale is super charming. And then look at the bench on this movie.
Oh, it's insane.
You've got Molly Shannon. You've got Eugene Levy. You've got Bridget Monahan. You've got Jeremy Piven.
Deploying maximum smarm.
Yes, but I will say John Corbett,
Corbett, I think.
I've heard it both ways. You haven't.
walks away with the movie for me. And it gave us one of my favorite movie lines ever.
You can't fend off an army of bloodthirsty Vikings with a shinai. It's illogical.
And like 3.5 out of the movies on this list, there is an engagement or engagements that must be broken up. Oh no, they're with the wrong people. Are they gonna make the right decision in time?
You know what might have helped a lot of these couples have healthier relationships?
Therapy.
Yes, these couples should have used BetterHelp, but I know there can be a lot of hesitation to start therapy.
It's true. In a recent study by today's sponsor BetterHelp, they found that 76% of people believe mental health care can help, but so many still hold back because of stigma.
Which is too bad, because BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to give you helpful, unbiased advice.
To get started, click the link below or go to betterhelp.com/cinematherapy.
And fill out the questionnaire to assess your specific needs.
You'll get matched with a therapist, in most cases, in 48 hours or less.
BetterHelp has a network of over 30,000 therapists with a wide range of expertise.
And they're committed to helping you find a therapist who's a good fit for you.
So you can easily switch to a new therapist at no additional cost if the first one you're matched with isn't a great fit.
You can also choose a time that's convenient for you for your therapy sessions.
You can even choose how you want to do your therapy sessions. A phone call, a video chat, or even over messaging.
It's so convenient and personalized, it really helps to overcome a lot of the barriers that people face in starting therapy.
Over 4 million people have used BetterHelp to start living a healthier, happier life.
If you think that you might benefit from therapy, click the link below or go to betterhelp.com/cinematherapy.
You'll get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you.
So he goes back to where they met. He's distraught.
And this is an absolutely beautifully shot sequence of her throwing a glove and landing it on his chest.
In the wind, and it's a glove. It's a floppy little light glove.
A floppy little light glove.
Lands right on his chest, and she Joe Montana's that thing from like 40 yards out.
She threw it from f***ing over there? What are we doing? I was yelling and screaming about the glove. That was great. That was a great moment of the glove sailing down through the snow and landing on him. It's amazing. I'm not going to say this is a bad movie. I'm going to say it wasn't for me. The relationship's a bad relationship.
The relationship's a bad relationship because they fall in love at first sight, which we've discussed many times on the show isn't a thing. Infatuation, attraction, that can turn into
chemistry,
love.
absolutely.
Wild chemistry,
Sure,
and that can blossom into love. But by the end of the film, they don't actually know each other.
And when you say blossom into love, blossoming into love is not this thing that happens.
Correct.
It is work.
It is something that you do when you are authentic and real. The other person is authentic and real, and you do the work to say, is this what I want and who I want to be with? And then you choose each other.
Yes.
And that's not what happens. They have a great night where everyone, listen, you meet someone attractive at the Serendipity coffee shop. Both of them are turning on the charm and laying on the flirtation. They don't know what life with each other is going to be like. They have no idea about goals. They have no idea about finances, kids, sexual preferences.
Favorite sexual position?
There's all sorts of things that they don't know, but they're like, I have found the person for me. And you know what? It's great in a movie because that's not how real life works, and it's easier in movies, and sometimes just emotionally we like to go there, right?
Yeah.
I love James Bond movies because I would love to be irresistible to women and bulletproof. But guess what? That's not how reality works. I escape, and then I come back. So enjoy it, and then come back. Number 4 is The Wedding Planner. This is not a good movie. I did not enjoy it.
No, it's a bad movie. But also, is this a better relationship? I guess they know each other a little better.
That's what gives it the slight edge.
Okay.
So this starts with a lie. He pretends that he's single because he meets her and there's chemistry, and he's actually engaged, and she finds out later.
And she's the wedding planner for his wedding.
And she's the wedding planner for his wedding. So that's not great.
I barely know you.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I know that night in the park was the best time I've ever had.
Really? Better than Six Flags?
This episode is brought to you by
Six Flags.
Please say something.
I'm a magnet for unavailable men.
That's a relatable line, though. I think a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of it. It's simple. I know Fran.
His fiance.
I respect her. And she loves you. So besides your tux measurements, that's all I need to know.
So good for her.
Pretty solid, honestly.
Yeah. I like her side of this conversation a lot, actually.
Please go away.
Please go away. So it starts out with a lie, because he feels this insane chemistry with her. I'm so tired of rom-coms where people are in relationships with the wrong person, and it's safe, and it's good, and they're secure, and they're seen, and they're loved, and the other person's a good person. But whoa, the chemistry I have with this person I just met. And then they lie to cover it up, like here. Or in Serendipity, they don't lie, but they're also like, yeah, we're both in relationships, but let's just see how the night goes.
What could go wrong?
I need more characters with integrity, please. And what I especially need is for us to stop peddling this bullcrap that lack of integrity is attractive because the people are pretty and they act good. I do like, again, that she acts with integrity.
Immediately.
I'm not crazy about him saying, we had one night in the park where we danced in the rain at an outdoor movie and I'm willing to throw everything out. That really means maybe there's some problems in your current relationship and you should sort those.
Which we come to find out later is the case.
But but he's there. If she wanted to kiss him right now, he would go for it.
Yep.
Like, that is completely the vibe. Like, he's not thinking of any of this. He's not acting with integrity. And he's not thinking with his head. Number 3 is Love and Basketball, a movie that I adored.
I really like this film.
Yeah, what did you like about it?
It told a different story. You know, most of the rom-coms that you see are like upper middle class or rich white people with rich white people problems.
Right.
Frankly, it's like, how many newspaper editors and advertising executives can we have fall in love? Holy shit. All of them.
What I love about this relationship and why I'm going to be honest, I waffled on
where to put this one.
Where to put this one. Should it be 2 or 3? But first of all, Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan, they really sell, we are childhood friends turned lovers.
Yes.
Which is so refreshing compared to we met instant chemistry
and blah, blah, blah. No, you feel the weight of years behind this relationship.
So I love that they're best friends. I love that when they become lovers, it feels very natural. And the thing that distressed me is you have about half a movie of a really solid friendship turn relationship where they're just there for each other and it's solid. And then this is kind of true to life, especially if you're in your early 20s, late teens. There's challenges and people get stupid.
Yeah.
So he went on a date with another girl because he felt neglected by her.
Talk to your new girlfriend.
Look, I took the to Burger King.
Cheap date.
You shared time for me.
So you messed around to prove a point?
What'd I just say? No, you got your head so far up your ass, it took a cheap date for you to notice me.
What cue, man? Did I forget to kiss your ass like everybody else?
You forgot to be there.
That night you wanted to talk about your dad, I had curfew. What was I supposed to do?
Yup.
Stay. If I stayed, I wouldn't be starting.
Or at least you got your priorities straight.
I never asked you to choose.
You never have to. I'm going through a lot of right now. It's obviously more than you got time for.
How are you gonna tell me?
That's some petty crap, man.
Yeah, it's so selfish.
I mean, whatever I did, we can fix this.
It's not your fault.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Look, I'm entering a draft.
You what?
I'm going pro. Man, who knows where I'm gonna end up, you know?
So his dad cheated on his mom, he just found out.
When did you decide all this?
A few days.
And the undercurrent of this is if he goes pro, he doesn't want to break her heart like his dad broke his mom's. So he's not saying that.
His dad was a professional ball player and like ran around on his mom a lot.
Yeah.
And he just found this out.
Just forget about you and me?
I still like us to be friends.
Friends?
That's where we started, but here's the thing. The reason...
I'll see you around.
Man, it's a great performance from both of these actors, though.
Yeah.
Super strong.
You can go from a relationship to a friendship, but it requires you to act with integrity and respect for the other person in that transition and after.
Yeah, and he is being super selfish.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going through a tough spot. I'm not saying he's not. But he is handling it in the worst version of an 18-year-old that's not going to be a good version of it either, right? But like, he's handling it in a very bad way.
Yeah.
And her response, because she's also 18, she could be standing up for herself and like, hey, whoa, this is not okay. Here's my boundary.
Yeah.
And like, you need to respect me. And she immediately is willing to like throw that away and like, oh, this has got to be my fault somehow.
Yeah.
So it's like unhealthy from both of them, which is driving me bananas, but it's also so well written and so well acted that I'm like compelled to watch, even though I hate what's happening.
That's the thing. We're talking about how healthy are the relationships, not how good is the writing. Because the writing is excellent. He's acting petty, selfish, and immature, but he's also 18, and he's also acting the way this character would act at this point in the story.
Right.
Which is what drives me crazy about some other romantic movies where they have to contrive drama and it feels forced and not real to the characters.
This character will now do this thing because scripts say so.
Because she just got a chance to start instead of riding the bench.
Right.
To keep that chance, she has to be in by 11. He comes to her, says, my dad cheated on my mom. She's there for him. And then she says, I got to go in. But, like, call me. Like, let's keep talking. I am here for you. But I also don't want to give up my shot. And he takes that as, like, well, you care about basketball more than me. And that's not fair. And she's right when she says, I would never make you choose.
You asked me what was missing.
What?
From basketball.
It's like 5 years later.
You woke me up to tell me that?
It's not fun for me anymore because you're missing. What I'm trying to say is...
This, by the way, they grew up next door to each other. These are their bedroom windows. I love that as a, like, setting.
The won't go away.
We haven't talked since college. You wait 2 weeks before my wedding to tell me something like that.
I know, I probably should have said it 2 weeks ago.
You haven't changed. You still think the sun rises and sets on your ass. Guess what? It doesn't.
Then why are you so upset?
Because you don't pull this shit on someone who's about to get married.
Better late than never. Right?
Wrong.
Kind of accurate.
I'll play you.
What?
One game, one-on-one.
For what?
Your heart.
That's not...
You're out of your mind.
That's not how it works. He's right. She's out of her mind.
Listen, a movie that is fairly realistic for most of its runtime goes pretty heavily into romantic...
It gets melodrama at the end.
Yeah, you know what? But I'm here for it. I'm here for it because it's like Jaws. When the shark blows up with the tank in its mouth, that's not realistic either, but Spielberg put in the work, so he's like, I have you by this point. You
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, and for me, that's what happened. I'm like, you know what? Okay, that's fine. I want to see these two play one-on-one. I would have ranked them higher because I love the relationship. I love that it's built on a long-term friendship. I love the real chemistry that they have that's based on really knowing, seeing, and accepting each other. I'm not crazy as a person who's big on accountability that he never really directly owns that he was an ass to her.
Yeah, I would have ranked him lower because they start immature and they don't grow up.
In real life, I want a direct freaking apology. In real life, I want direct accountability. Here, it's all implicit, it's nuanced, and so there's some beauty to that. But here's what I really like about this. I really like how it ends. For him, basketball is chasing his dad. For her, basketball is her passion. So how it ends is he is the dad at the game with their kid.
Sitting on the sideline with the kid.
Because the WNBA kicks off at the end of this movie. That's the whole thing. And she's in the WNBA.
She's the star for the LA team.
And that he is supporting her and chasing that dream. I think that's a beautiful ending that speaks volumes to like what happens in between. Had they shown more of the growing up and what happens in between, I would have ranked it way higher. Because as a film, I think it's great. Number 2, Kate and Leopold. It's Hugh Jackman, and he travels to a different century to be with Meg Ryan, and then she travels back to be with him, and it's beautiful. I spoil the whole thing. Who cares? You know they get together.
Animated in part by drink, in part by your beauty, and in part by my own foolish pride. And for that I am profoundly sorry.
Oh, you know I'm turned on, guys.
Please accept as a gesture of apology a private dinner on the rooftop tonight at 8 o'clock.
I like Love and Basketball as a movie more than I like Kate Leopold, but I think this is a healthier relationship because look at the freaking accountability on Jackman here.
Yeah.
Look at just leading with, I'm profoundly sorry, I was an imbecile, like here's what was going on for me, but at the end of the day it doesn't matter because my behavior is my behavior and you didn't deserve it. Like that's, you know I'm a sucker for that sort of thing. And you also know that healthy, lasting relationships honestly require a lot of that. Not just the accountability and the apology, but the changed behavior.
It's a cautionary tale, further proof.
Of what?
You can't live a fairy tale. Maybe the whole love thing is just a grown-up version of Santa Claus. Just a myth we've been fed since childhood. So we keep buying magazines and joining clubs and doing therapy and watching movies with hip-hop songs played over love montages, all in this pathetic attempt to explain why our love Santa keeps getting caught in the chimney.
It's a very meta monologue.
It is, yeah. Charm and wit and fun just dripping from this movie, largely thanks to your boy,
James Mangold. I'm a fan.
Yeah, one of Jono's favorite directors. Talk to me a little bit more about, we've got these two sort of competing philosophies, but particularly her, you can't live a fairy tale.
Like I said, her philosophy is true, but it's not.
Okay.
You can make a fairy tale. The issue with fairy tales is that they're simple, and life is not simple.
Right.
The issue with fairy tales is that love is based on, as he said, finding the right person and having the right fit. And don't get me wrong, it is imperative to find the right person.
Sure.
I mean, many relationships die because it's not the right person, but it goes beyond that to make it work. So real love is more than a fairy tale because it's hard. It's not just a simple, well, we had the challenges and now we're together and we're happily ever after. The challenges are all throughout the rest of your life together.
Yeah.
But you can live in a fairy tale in that you can create the happily ever after. You can create something where you feel that overall, that level of love and joy and safety and security and belonging and excitement. But it's not going to be every day. And it's not going to be every hour. But you put in the work for the results.
I put in a ton of work when I was single. I dated a lot. You were there for a lot of it.
Yeah.
To find the one.
Yeah.
Right? And I found Megan, and for reality, we kind of have a fairy tale marriage.
Yes.
Like, we have definitely had our struggles, including some pretty significant ones, thanks to my addiction. And we have to put in work. It's not like it just comes for free. But we do have, I think, as close as anyone really gets to, kind of a fairy tale relationship.
Well, a happy relationship is like Disneyland. It looks and is magical, but there's so much work behind the scenes to keep it running.
And the thing with Disneyland is, in this metaphor, you're not the guest.
Yeah, you're running the park.
You run the park.
You can also create a fairy tale life for yourself where you are happy and it is magical, and it doesn't necessarily have romantic love either ever or in this precise moment.
Mm-hmm. Getting to their relationship, she abandons her entire life to go back in time to presumably catch tuberculosis for a man she's known for a week.
Yeah, that's the thing. Dr. John Van Epp, in his book, How to Avoid Falling in Love with a Jerk, to truly know somebody, you need the 3 T's. Talk, togetherness, and time.
Mm-hmm.
And they've had a week. They can't possibly truly know each other after a week. What they see, they like, and it's promising and has potential, but there's no way to actually know if who I think this person is matches up with who they actually are.
True.
Which, again, it's fine. It's a movie. We can enjoy it. Just be aware. Number 1 is 50 First Dates, which I had never seen until now.
It's a delightful movie that I loathe with all my being.
It is.
It's such an up and down, hot and cold movie for me.
I knew the premise of this movie, and I kind of avoided it because the premise felt icky. It felt like Adam Sandler taking advantage of a woman with brain damage.
Yes, that is the plot of the film.
That is the well.
However,
not the taking advantage part, and that was the surprise.
Why couldn't I have met you one day before the accident?
Don't worry, because if you hung out with me for more than one day, you'd realize I'm a bore.
Oh, well, I have news for you.
Yes?
It takes less than one day.
You know something? That hurt. Your damaged temporal lobe is causing me pain, and I'm gonna get you for that.
Now you're dead.
It's cute and it's fun and it's Adam Sandler being very Adam Sandler-y.
Right.
And that's fine. I'm here for it. Every other character in this movie makes me want to punch glass. None more so than Rob Schneider as the most offensive Hawaiian stereotype I've ever seen in a film.
And he is definitely not Polynesian.
No.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. I have a lot of positive things to say about this movie, but before, I just want to help Alan with his catharsis. We need to let this out. This is a Drew Barrymore film.
Drew Barrymore is in this movie.
I don't have a problem with Drew Barrymore as an actor, but I know you very much do.
Drew Barrymore has the acting talent of a foot.
Oh my gosh. So how did you make it through this one?
She was fine.
What?
She was fine.
I mean, I think she was good, but what? How?
I don't think she was good. I think she was fine. It was cute. She got to, flirt cutely. Occasionally she got to be a little angry. It all worked for me. I was okay with it.
Wow. Well. First, here are my negatives, then I'm going to avalanche the positives. Negative, the trope of the womanizing man with zero integrity who suddenly becomes a really great person because he found the right woman.
Yeah, flips a switch.
Drives me crazy. Has it happened in real life?
Probably.
On very rare occasions. But someone like that who uses and devalues and disrespects women selfishly, repeatedly, as a pattern of behavior over years, you don't just change that overnight.
So what's Drew Barrymore?
Listen, I think she's beautiful and lovely and charming in this. But what's going to happen is he's going to fall in love, but he's going to realize that old habits are hard to break, and it's going to
take
cause
him a long time.
Setting all that aside, the thing that surprised me most about this film, which I was actively prepared to hate, is how respectful he is to her.
Yeah.
About not just her condition, but her autonomy, her right to choose, and that he's not going to be sleazy or take advantage of her or her condition in any way.
He never once tries to trick her.
Yeah.
On his 50 first dates, right?
Right.
It's never a trick. It's always honest and forthright.
They never sleep together until she chooses it. They never kiss until she chooses it, and she knows 100% what's going on.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't generally look to Adam Sandler movies for examples of respect, integrity, and consent. Maybe later Sandler, like he's grown up and matured.
He has
but
grown up a lot.
90s Sandler and early 2000s Sandler, I'm not finding a lot of those examples. And so I thought this was a beautiful love story. It's an example of someone with a condition, a mental health condition, and a partner who is loving and supportive and says, you know what, I choose you, I choose this reality, and we're going to make something healthy and beautiful out of, it's radical acceptance. This is what we have to work with. So let's do it.
Do you love me? I didn't mean to put you on the spot or anything. I was just asking more for informational
I love this, and it's such a surprise coming from Adam Sandler in an Adam Sandler movie. Again, to the 90s, early aughts, right? He's going to avoid it.
Let's see, I go to this restaurant every morning, and I see you there reading, and I love you very much. Probably more than anybody could love another person.
Wow. And how do I feel about you?
You're excited about the chicken wing thing. And you've been dying to make out with me for quite some time now.
He says that as a line, and it's hopeful, but you notice that he doesn't make the move.
Nope.
Feeling better now?
Nothing beats a first kiss.
And then they have a bunch of first kisses. So what do you think about our ranking? Agree or disagree? Let us know in the comments below. And what points did we make that you agree with, or do you think are just bad takes? And we desperately need correction from you, the internet.
And what other rom-coms should we have this guy rank in terms of healthiness? So until next time.
You can't fend off a horde of angry Vikings with a shinai.
That's true. Nothing beats a first kiss.
And
watch movies. We want to thank our patrons who support this show and get extended director's cuts. This one's pretty long. People like
Nicole,
Klutzes-me,
Snowy,
Alistair Albus Pines de Montmillon.
You went like Spanish and French.
That's what they did.
Okay, fine. Mercedes Benjamin. Thank you, patrons.